Monza! You can hear the cheers from Monza!
The mics are on and off we go. Hi
Hi,
guys,
guys.
my name is Winnie.
My name is Ray.
And welcome to the Will Spin Podcast, The Roundup.
So this weekend we are going. Are we going or are we already in Mexico?
We're already in Mexico. I think we should have opened this episode by Hola amigas, amigos. ¿Cómo está? ¿Cómo estás? This is like, how are you doing?
Do you want to get
Go there.
cooked by the Mexicans
No, like
for
I am
butchering
doing
their
well.
language?
Yo soy bien. Duolingo came in handy. Anyway, guys, so like, we're just doing a quick roundup of, we are headed to Mexico, the Mexico City. We are going to the Autodromo. I know you told me I'd butcher that name again.
Yeah.
But it's the circuit of the Rodriguez brothers. Hermanos Rodriguez. So the circuit is actually named after two brothers, the Rodriguez brothers.
Yeah.
That were like racing stars like in the 70s back in Mexico. So we are headed to this weekend. Of course, now I'm so sure to the relief of so many teams, including Aston Martin, they have ample time to do practice sessions.
Yeah.
These weekends are coming so fast at us. Like it's
Yeah,
Gafla Binvu
it's a triple header that's ending now
in Brazil.
next week. But yeah, the significance of this weekend is it's Checo Perez's home race, and Checo is a hero, a national hero.
Oh yeah,
Soon they'll build. They might build a statue of Checo.
Definitely. I think sometimes, when we watch Formula One and we are bashing these drivers, for us, we're just seeing them as some drivers we support.
Yeah.
And especially, I think for us, we will never really get to understand or feel like how it feels to support, us, we have our very own, like, for example, when Kipchoge is running a marathon, everything in our country most of the time comes to a standstill. We want to watch him and cheer him on, like, finish a race and everything. So now, by the way, sometimes when you sit back, you're like, by the way, these people have their own Formula One drivers. They're rallying them on,
And they have, like, their own, like, fan base and huge fan bases. And I think most of the times we don't realize how big
they are.
Yeah, driver fan bases, like, especially for Checo Perez being like.
I think we also like saw it. A lot of people come out last weekend at Austin.
Yeah.
So it was crazy. And now imagine going to Mexico. I didn't even know the Checo supporters had a name, the Checomania. I don't even know if that's
it's the movement. It's
a
Checomania.
movement.
So this is going to be Checo Perez.
250.
Perez.
Señor Perez's
250th Grand Prix. So he's been in it for a long time.
I mean, it's been a minute. Checo came racing into F1, I think, back in 2011.
He's been here for a while.
He's a multiple race winner. He took his first win, I think, in
2020
at Sakir Grand Prix, driving for Racing Point.
Yeah, the pink one.
The pink Mercedes.
So it's very exciting. But coming into this weekend, there's been a lot of controversy.
Girl, I'm telling you, like, as in,
it's been just a lot. But the controversy usually tends to surround just that one team.
We're not pointing fingers, but come on, guys, it's always you. Like how?
Yeah.
But I can imagine like their marketing teams, like, wow, no off day. PR, like, it's always on.
Yeah,
it helps with their stock anyway.
Yeah,
like, with their,
I saw this very interesting stat, and like it's basically most of Red Bull's merchandise is bought, in Mexico by his fans. So he does.
He does have a big footing, like, as in he carries so much with Checo, and I think even when, like, a few weeks back when we had like all those rumors flying around,
that he might retire.
He will announce his retirement in Mexico, and it was crazy. I think sometimes we underestimate Checo is actually such a big name because he has swirling ideas. Checo is an excellent racer. We have seen him race, guys. Like, he has won several times. This season he was off to a great start until I don't know, there's something that happened, so things weren't like working out. But the thing is, I think you need a team support to actually caution you
and tell you you can do it, you can keep
Checo,
going.
I know we keep on saying, I've heard people say he's washed. Checo isn't. Like, Checo, as much as he he's been having like a back foot on his qualifying.
Yeah.
On race Sunday, like this,
He comes
just
alive.
he comes alive, you know, fights
Yeah.
and tries to
I mean,
get his car to
I
like, a
can't
podium place.
I can't blame him because most of the times last season he finished he was third, but
After Leclerc.
but I'm saying I can't fault Checo because sometimes we want drivers to be at the peak all the time, but sometimes it just maybe you're just not lucky, you're just not feeling yourself in the car,
And
So
Formula One
there's
is a lot of aspects that have
Yeah.
to come into play for you to actually be and that's why we can't like downplay. I mean, of course, we will say, yeah, the RB19 is a rocket ship.
Yeah.
It is a rocket ship. But remember, guys, so many aspects have to come into play for you to actually win a Grand Prix.
Yeah.
So, and this is coming into Mexico. Mark could see Max win his 16th
Imagine.
win this season. This is the 19th round of Formula One, so we're almost actually getting to the end of the season. It's Mexico, as in, I don't know, I just love seeing the playful side of drivers all the time. I think
they were with the whole piñata. Yeah. But
And sombreros.
just basically not to leave the whole Perez debacle, it's just that last week unfortunately we had some booze in Austin while
Is it
while
unfortunately
Max.
because I feel like
It's unfortunate. Like
It's
all
always
the time,
unfortunate, I don't
all
get
the
it,
time
but-
we just I mean, you might not like him, but you don't have to hate him. Do you get it? Like you don't have to boo him because he's winning. I mean,
I think the boos were not like really meant per se because he won. I think I think there's been like this feeling outside with people feeling that like Checo is not. It's like he's working with his hand tied behind his back, like he's not being like fully supported by his team.
So do
maybe
you
that's
think the Gias, if I can call it that, the
I feel
Gias
like,
were
I mean, of
for
course,
the
they're
team?
motivated. I kind of feel like maybe they were motivated by that feeling.
Yeah,
that
because
maybe the
I think
driver
so.
is not.
Because there was like
of-
chance
but
for
let me-
Checo, while Max was
Yeah,
receiving his trophy.
But it's also like I think we also have to understand that Formula One and like it is a sport. It's like
Yeah,
Formula. Okay, we don't condemn. Like I mean, there's only banter is essential. Come on, we are always come on. I mean, come on, Mercedes cooked themselves on TikTok. Like, have you guys seen that TikTok? Like, it's a sport. Of course, there's adrenaline. There's like it's like a religion. I think there are people who
we most people don't think about it like that, but I do. Like football, the following, how football has that kind of following is the same kind of following that Formula One has.
Cultic.
It's like a cult following.
Definitely, but then again, okay, of course, hate is never like
Yeah,
the way
I
to
mean-
go. But we had, I think, in 2021, we had like the showdown of everywhere. You go to where Lewis has a fan base,
Yeah.
the booing for Max happened. You go to
But
like a place where like Max's home turf, we had booing everywhere.
But that
then
was
there
just
so
that was Zandvoort
but there were so many other places
and
as well.
Austria.
Exactly. That's
But I feel like
But I don't understand why we have to talk about it now. Like, why didn't we talk about it then? Like, why is it an issue now? That's
And
my
the-
understanding. Like, I want to
the
understand.
issue now is we've seen Dr. Helmut Marko come out and say that Max Verstappen, Christian Horner are going to be issued with bodyguards, and his feeling was Max isn't into this whole bodyguard thing, but now he's been receiving death threats.
Okay, Checo Perez has a bodyguard because he's so big in Mexico as well. Like, he's big, so in fact, when he came into the paddock, he has his bodyguard. I don't think it's such a new I don't like listening. I have not been giving so much head to Dr. Helmut Marko. Lewis Hamilton walks with his bodyguard don't you see him? Like, he is there.
But
So I
Lewis
think-
Hamilton is.
Lewis Hamilton, I know. But also, like, if they want to get bodyguards, he doesn't have to announce it to us. Let's
let him
see
just
it,
get bodyguards.
I think Helmut just needs to.
He likes to stir the pot.
He's always everywhere. Like, just. Like,
He likes to stir the pot a lot.
A lot.
Just give us something to talk about.
So I think also there was like a whole misreporting of like a certain article. So there was a tabloid in Mexico that ran this
Yeah.
the headline was
You said you can read Spanish.
Yeah, I can. It says chorus y te vas. So it is either chorus is run and go or something. So apparently it was like an analogy to like something, a line that is almost similar to what a former president reference to another president. So you see the way like we have our very own like national things. Like if I told you, like for example, our national thing is Mambo ni Matatu.
Yeah.
You see, if we take, for example, a playful thing, like not a playful, like that line, and now convert it to like Formula One, a playful thing,
But now what's the context with regards to
So I think it's a fun thing. So they were just saying, it's like come, run and go. It wasn't like meant to spew any hate. The way they were saying it, like, you come or we're going to harm you, as maybe now informing the need for the what is it called? In fact, let me just get it.
I mean, there's one thing is I feel like Max should expect the booing and the jeers.
Oh, it's
going to happen, but like he said, and I liked the response that he gave on is it Sky, but for the Dutch Sky. I don't know how to put it.
But I think I'll put the
I don't know how to put it, but he basically said if they are going to boo him, but he's the one who's going home with the trophy. And he was asked, what about Mexico? Do you feel, because Mexico, the reporter was like, Mexico is you're going to get more boos. And it was like, you know what, it's okay. I'm still going to go home with the trophy.
He will, again, but I think we also need, we can't tell like the grandstands how to act. But
we can't tell them,
to be respectful as well.
You don't have to cheer. You don't have to clap for him.
Yeah, I think another interesting. I don't want to like dwell on that, but I hope they do have a good outing. I think coming into this weekend,
I hope Checo wins. Actually,
I hope he gets a podium, but also
I hope he wins his home race.
It would be nice. Checo runs very nicely. He's been on the podium for I think 3 times in Mexico. So he really goes very nicely. Yeah, around
to redeem
Mexico.
himself.
Yeah, it would be it would mean so much for his
him and for his countrymen
and for his fan base as well. I think the other interesting thing is that this weekend we will see not only one. No, in fact, we have 2 rookies right now on the grid. Not only 2, but 5.
5.
So we'll have like almost a total of 7 rookies in the FP1 session this weekend. So, by the way, Formula One actually like necessitates, like mandates that teams for 2 sessions, you have a development driver.
Who's
running a session in your car. So we have Mercedes, but Mercedes are running Frederick Vesti.
Yeah.
We have Alpha Tauri running Isaac Hajar, the French F2 driver.
Yeah, Alfa Romeo with Theo Bouchard. It's French. I don't want to butcher his name.
And then we also have Haas running Oli Behrman. Yeah, and then
we have Alpine with Jack Doohan.
Jack Doohan driving for Alpine in the FP1 session. Oh, we got that right.
It's going to be very interesting because these rookies come in and they want to prove themselves, like they don't want to make
remember
any
again
error.
By the way, remember last year Mexico last year is when Logan Sargent was trying to bump up his license points in Mexico City because these sessions, by the way, help with the drivers earning more license points, and that's why we were calling for. You see, now that they signed, they have, like, for example, these drivers in their development, like female drivers, for example, Jessica Hawkins, like, for example, a development driver for Aston Martin. Like, I would love next year to see a session, like, now one of their female development drivers actually taking a session. Because if in the road to Formula One, that helps the
super license points.
In accumulating the super license points. So, yeah. I think the other talking point is that
we've seen those news. It was actually on Monday that Kimi Antonelli.
Oh yeah, he's been promoted to F2.
Promoted to F2. He hasn't even done F3. He's like, you know what?
He said what? No, F3.
We believe in you.
No, yeah, we are going
but
to.
I think
I do know.
this kid shows a lot of promise.
He has such a beautiful journey ahead of him, and we
Yeah,
are there
and
to,
he's only 17.
yeah, we can't wait to cheer him.
But
He is
yeah,
a
he's-
star in
he's-
the making.
He's going to drive for Prema Racing in
And
F2.
Prema is like the big. It's very big, right?
Yeah.
So yeah,
He's driving
So-
in Prema Racing in F2. So I believe Mercedes are throwing their weight on him.
around him,
f-
supporting
yeah,
him
to
fully
be the future
of
of
Mercedes. Yeah, so then the future. in
Make
that
sure
sense,
someone else doesn't hear you saying that.
the future. Wow! Wow! The future of that's a beautiful like story for them. Kimi Antonelli, like
Yeah.
Beautiful story.
And
Beautiful like the backdrop here. So we are filming from one of Light Group's. Light Group is one of Kenya's listing companies, and we are filming from one of the companies one of the venues that they list. And this is like a beautiful place out of Nairobi in the heart of, Narumoro.
Yeah.
That's in Nanyuki. I think Nanyuki Nyeri. Such a beautiful place, and you can get to come here and enjoy this backdrop
Yeah,
here by checking
to
them
unwind.
out on Instagram or on Twitter at the Light Group Kenya. This particular space is called Time Villa. It's so beautiful here.
Yeah.
You enjoying here?
Yeah, I am.
You didn't even want to shoot here. You didn't even want to shoot this. You're like, I want to continue having fun. Can we do this later? Yeah.
I need time to soak in the view.
They didn't want to shoot this episode. Just like, no, I want to continue soaking in. And it's so
I
beautiful.
haven't explored everywhere, so
Have
I
you
needed,
swum? Yeah.
I needed time to explore everywhere in
You
this
will
house.
see.
It's very beautiful. The air is even different.
I'm even breathing easier, guys. I'm like, I want to leave here. Anyway. But Raleigh brings a softer compound compared to Austin. So they're bringing the softest compound around Mexico.
Yeah, the
So
C5.
C5, yeah, that's the softest compound.
Yeah, so I don't know. How do you think? I think Red Bull is
Mercedes historically don't do very well around
but
here.
they in the debrief they seem to be very confident that they will do well in Mexico. Given
But
their
Toto said
disqualification.
Okay, I know. But Toto said, they were looking forward to Brazil. Brazil is a place, Interlagos, maybe they might do very well. But we'll wait and see how they do.
If they're performing well, they might be on the podium.
But they need to make sure their car is set. But they have sufficient time this weekend to set
they
up their
set
car.
up the car.
But also, we've had a lot of drivers come out say if more cars had been checked, those more disqualifications would have been done across the grid.
Yeah, we've seen that. Actually, a lot of Formula One Formula One drivers put their weight and just say if you checked 4 cars and 50% of the cars didn't make the cut, then it means you should check all the cars.
In fact,
but
because a lot of teams were saying they could have been caught up, but then doesn't that remove from the whole aspect of randomly checking cars? But also, it doesn't make I think. I
mean,
I
it
think
depends.
I
It
still feel
depends
like
on what you
FIA
mean by randomness, because it's just 2 teams that have been checked
for the same thing
for a lot of
It's like
times.
they've been hunting for them. They're like,
Ferrari and Mercedes have been checked 5 times.
I think
for
there's
just that
I think,
specific
I
thing.
I don't even want to go into. I think if we want to discuss about the shadiness of FIA, we need a whole episode.
Yeah.
So I think. By the way, congratulations to Marta Garcia.
Yeah.
She finally got fully backing, and she signed with Freca. Freca is a European championship. So she's graduated from now F1 Academy. Now Freca is like an F4 series, and maybe soon we'll get to see her racing in F3 as well.
In F3, yeah, that would be really nice to see.
Yeah, it will be very nice. And also congratulations to our boy Lewis Hamilton. He has a new drink, blue agave. Blue algave. No, it's not blue. It's called agave. Algave.
Almave. He needs to tell us the.
Yeah,
maybe he can send. He can send 2 bottles.
Please, Lewis Hamilton, if you're watching this, we would love to try out the drink. So it's Almav, and it's he's very good with product placement. He's just sipping something. People are like, "But what is he sipping?" He's very
but
good.
the thing with Tim Lewis Hamilton, they already figured out what he was
very,
going to launch before
earlier. I think
before he launched it. But
Formula One is always swirling. I think anytime because I can once the season ends and we always are swimming in all these rumors. Oh,
yeah, I
there's
think
a driver
when you wrap up the championship, there's nothing
For us
more
to do.
people look
We
forward
go
to. So
into,
there's a lot of rumors. that usually come around. And
Yeah.
since we're bored,
We will
we
indulge.
will indulge. We
Yeah.
will eat.
We will eat. We will serve, man. Twitter, F1 Twitter, serve. Serve. So thank you. I think I am looking forward to see how the weekend progresses.
And yeah, we can see, I saw Mike Crack say that, we admit we made a mistake. And, they gave the same excuse as Mercedes, us having just one practice session. I don't know,
But the good
with
thing,
the upgrade.
I don't know why Aston Martin are seeing as if it was like a loss for them. I feel like they got data. They were like,
Yeah,
now they're on the right. Stroll
Do you
finishing
think
the points.
they're not,
In fact, I know
they're
they're behind. I know McLaren overtook them.
Yeah, but it's just 6 points
Lando told them they're developing.
backwards.
No, they're getting slower. But I think this weekend we could look out for Aston Martin. They could be actually run a bit faster.
Yeah, the thing is, it's just because Fernando Alonso got that, DNF.
Because
so
he switched back to his Qatar spec, so they wanted to see. So I think,
but
we
they're not
mentioned it in the
they're not
debrief.
data collection team, so
Yeah,
they
know
don't want
what
to
they're
waste
doing.
time collecting data.
Then they
unlike
will
some
move
other
on.
team.
They will move on very fast and take advice.
Yeah,
And like other teams that cook themselves.
Yeah, and something funny just to point out, I saw Charles, that Charles has received every single non-scoring
Format like
yeah.
poll.
From poll.
Like from poll.
Did not
DNF,
start.
or did not DNF. From poll did not finish.
From poll disqualified.
Oh man. It can only be Charles Leclerc, man. Like I think we have.
I said I need to go into Formula One as a constructor, and just make my own team, and just
Charles Leclerc.
Yeah, just for Charles.
Yeah, he does need also he needs like a decent weekend.
Yeah,
but
I
also
think
one of the most iconic things I saw this past week was Lewis and Charles collaborating on this, Instagram post, putting out mood. They were both disqualified. I love how they took it. I love that there hasn't been like so much. I mean, just like asking like, why is it like random? Can we do this for more cars? I think we're just used to the pain. We're numb to it.
Yeah, we're numb to it. That's why we're cooking ourselves on TikTok.
On TikTok, yeah, that was hilarious. So I think we will see you for the debrief after the race weekend, and I hope you have a brilliant race weekend ahead.
Yeah.
Adios.